What? Oh man, I have the camera facing the wrong end. I'm tired with the turn signal on the opposite way that he's turning. Oh god, this is not gonna go well. It's not gonna go well. What are you doing, you dumb shit? Okay. So, there will be no listening to chat today over an earbud. We're not doing any of that. I just wanted to go over a routine that I'm working on. Something new, something that changed. And why? So I've been saying a couple of times earlier in the year that I have a new exercise routine. And what I've done is not really a new exercise routine, I should say, but I've started to take my diet and my fitness a little bit more serious. And as a result, I have lost 30 pounds. In 2019, at the end of 2019, I was 188 pounds. And spring of 2022, I was anywhere from 158 to 160, swinging back and forth between those ranges. Now, this isn't because I lost a bunch of muscle tone or I decided to stop lifting weights. I could still deadlift 4 plates. I can still squat 3 plates, and I can still bench 2 plates for a set of 10. And not only that, I was able to deadlift more after losing 30 pounds than I could before, which is proof that I wasn't losing muscle, I was losing shit, which is really nice. And what I've noticed is I never met my target, which is to be around where I was back when I was dropping out of college and in the early beginning days of my business. I never really made that target. And I've tried to, and one of the things I've noticed is, honestly, I lack the discipline to do so. I cut out bread, I cut out pita bread, I cut out not just bread or on a sandwich, but like pitas for burritos or tacos or anything like that. I had cut out sweets. I get unsweetened iced tea instead of sweetened. No brownies, no cakes, no cookies, no nothing. Just healthy food, and that's that. But I wasn't willing to go like the last like bit, and I've decided to start. So what I've done now is, in addition to doing squats 4 to 5 times a week, heavy deadlifts 4 to 5 times a week, heavy bench press 4 to 5 times a week, heavy bent over row 4 times a week, and so on and so forth, I have decided to add onto all of this 1,200 calories of cardio per day. 1,200 calories. Now, if you stay on a treadmill or an elliptical at a steady pace, not the fastest pace in the world, a steady pace so that you don't pass out and kill yourself, you'll get to somewhere around 600 calories per hour on the machine. 2 hours is 1,200. 1 pound is 3,600 calories, meaning that if I keep this routine up, that should be 1 pound lost every 3 days if I do not change my diet as a result of doing this. And I have not changed my diet as a result of doing this. So, what I'm excited about, to bury Tic Tac, these things are addictive. I just said no sweets, but I literally got this thing right before the video. What a fucking hypocrite I am. Anyway, the idea here is 1 pound every 3 days. I do this for a month. That should be about 10 pounds, which gets me back to where I was during late college-ish and, like beginning of my early business days of my late teens, early 20s. There's a few things I hope to get out of this. The first is, rather than look in the mirror and be pissed off on a regular basis and say, man, why is this still here? I'm actually doing something about it. And regardless of whether I'm successful in what I'm doing, I'm hoping that feeling like I'm doing something about it differently than what I'm currently doing at least has the chance, the probability, the possibility of yielding a different result. I feel a little better as a result. The second is, I kind of want to see if I can actually do something different. I want to see if I can actually do something, difficult, not different, difficult. I'm not sure if I still can do difficult things. So during my teenage years, I had an internship at 2 studios and a job. That was 80 hours a week, and I made less than $400 to $600 a month. Try living on that. That was living in a house in the end of Canarsie that had termites and everything else. When I started my business, I would work from 7 in the morning, and I would end the day at 11 or 12 o'clock at night. Sometimes 1 in the morning, I'd get home, sleep for 4 or 5 hours, and do it again and again and again. And I wouldn't rest until my phone stopped ringing And the moment my phone stopped ringing, I'd take time to take a nap, catch up. And I kind of wonder, as I've gotten, you know, I'm going to be 35 years old in 1 year. I'm getting old. Do I still have the discipline? Do I still have the ability to do things that are difficult if I know that they're good for me in the end? If I know that they're going to benefit me? If I know if it's going to set me up for better later? Do I still have the ability to do that? And the honest answer is, I don't know. Because I kept saying I was going to do the last 25, 30% of the work, and I never did. This entire year, I never did it. I kept falling off. So what I've decided to do, 1,200 calories per day. I had a hard day at business, I don't care. I'm getting audited by the IRS, I don't care. I have somebody that wants to sue me for close to 7 figures. That's a long story we can't get into in this video. I don't care. I go to the gym and I do my old routine. I do all my weights, do my heavy bench press, do my 3 plates of squats, 4 plates of deadlifts, 2 plates for a set of 10 of bench press, bent over rows, accessory work, everything else. And then after all of that's done, I do my 2 hours of cardio until the machine says that I've done a minimum of 1,200 calories. And I want to see what happens after a month. Mathematically speaking, if I do that every single day, every 3 days would be 3,600 calories, which is equal to 1 pound, which is 10 pounds in a month, assuming I don't change my diet or die. So what I'm kind of curious is to see how this actually goes. Now, I want to see at the end of the month if I actually have the ability to say I am going to do something and then do it. Now, even if I do this entire routine and I don't lose 10 pounds, I don't lose 5 pounds, I don't lose 1 pound. Let's say that I'm the exact same Pillsbury fucking doughboy that I was before I started this. I have the same love handles and I look like shit, everything else. Let's hypothetically say I'm the same left swipe on Tinder that I've always been. At the very least, I will be able to look and say, I set out to do something difficult. I set a routine for myself, and I had the discipline to do it every single day for 30 days, regardless of what was going on in my life. And I'm hoping that I can show myself that I did that. Now, I've got some interesting replies to this. One of them is my personal favorite is, this is ridiculous, this is a waste of time, the machine is not accurate in counting calories. Let's take that argument for a moment. So let's say the machine is not perfectly accurate, it's not calibrated to my body or whatever, it's some piece of shit that they have at LA Fitness. Let's say it's not. Let's say I'm doing 900 calories instead of 1,200. Let's say I'm doing 1,500 calories instead of 1,200. So what's the argument there? Like, okay, it's a waste of time because of that. What? So I would have been, so because the machine is not medically calibrated to my body to count calories, that I would be better off sitting home, playing Dota, eating Cheetos? Really? I think at the end of 30 days, regardless of whether the machine is correct, I will be better off as a result of having done all of this exercise than I would be if I had not done all the exercise. And so far, I'm pretty happy with it. Like today, every now and then I go back and forth between doing either a set of 9 or 10 bench press at 225. Today I was a little on the tired side, so it was a set of 9. I got my squats in, I got my 275 for a set of 7. I got my bent over rows in, got my and I did my 2 hours of cardio. So on the days that are weightlifting days, this is a 3-hour day of the gym. And on the days that are not weightlifting days, I have a 2-hour day at the gym. And I've kept that up so far for 9 days. I am 9 days into my program right now, which means I have until either the 26th or the 27th. I'm guessing the gym is closed for Christmas, so I'm just going to give myself until I'm going to give myself to the end of the month. At the end of the month, I'm curious to see the results. I'm not just curious to see what the results are in terms of fitness. I'm actually curious I'm honestly more curious in the psychological part of it. Do I have the discipline to actually do it? Will I give up? Will I make up an excuse? Will I say, well, it doesn't really matter, or, well, who cares, or, well, fitness isn't everything, or, you're fit enough, that stuff doesn't matter. I kind of want to see it. I set a goal and I say, I want to do this. And there's no excuse. It's completely achievable. It's not like me saying, I want to learn the C programming language by the end of the month, where I may not be smart enough. It's not like saying, I want to make this much money, where that is dependent on me finding a new business idea or job. This is literally me getting in front of a machine and just doing this with my legs for 2 hours. A rock could do that. A literal round rock could do that. I'm just reading off the side of it. I'm kind of a round rock right now, if you know what I mean. Look, a rock should be able to do that. An idiot could do that. as long as I'm willing to not give up. I'm excited to see where this goes at the end of 2 months. I'm giving my 1 month actually. 1 month. I'm giving myself 1 month to see what happens. And I'm actually very excited. Because I'm 9 days in and I haven't given up. I honestly figured I would have given up much sooner than this. Yo, man, fuck you, autopilot. You always do the wrong shit. You fucking This shit literally beeps at me at the worst fucking time. I turned the fucking autopilot on for like 20 seconds. It leads me astray. I'm not Russian. I just had a Russian receptionist, and she had a lot of select words for her boss. So I learned them all. Now I use them. Anyway. So do you all think I will reach my goal? And do you have any goals of your own? I'm very curious. Let it be said in the comments down below. Hope you do. I don't know if I'll reach my goal. Even if I get half of my goal, I will be happy that I stuck to something for a month. Do you ever sit at a traffic light with a turn signal on, and the turn signal is just a little bit off from the tempo of the music you're listening to, and it drives you up a wall? I have that right now. I don't have any music playing, but I do have music playing in my head. And the music playing in my head is slightly offbeat to this. Yeah, I felt something with my spinal erectors like a week and a half ago, but that was 50-50. 50, okay, actually 30-30-30. So some of it was when I Planet Fiction, I was not doing proper, I didn't have like a proper squat routine. I was using leg press, which you don't really use the stabilizing muscles. The other is when I was using the elliptical, in order to keep myself entertained so I wouldn't die of boredom while I'm sitting doing cardio for 2 hours, I would constantly go over to check my phone, and I was like doing this to bend over and check my phone, which I shouldn't have been doing. And I learned that lesson very quickly. Do not use an elliptical and bend over to check your phone while on the elliptical. Or if you do that, do not do that for 2 hours. That is bad. Set a podcast, set a freaking video to play, set an audiobook, and let that shit go and don't touch it until you reset and leave. But otherwise, no real adjustment to be made there. I'm excited. This is going to be awesome. Got 21 days left, Carrie. 21 days left to hell. 21 days left to hell, Carrie. And once the 21 days are up, rah! I will weigh what I weighed in high school. However, I will weigh what I weighed in high school. I will lift way more. Because I remember when I was around the low 150s in weight, I could not bench press 225 more than 4 times. I'm gonna get down there and I'm gonna bench 225 for a set of 10. It's gonna be awesome. Rah! I bench that 4 plates 2 to 3 times. I mean, deadlift 4 plates 2 to 3 times. Not bench 2. If I bench 4 plates 2 to 3 times, just report me to the I'm on fucking roids or something at that point. That's never happened. Yes, my old personal trainer used to say never say never. I shouldn't say never. But 4 plates for a set of 2, that's, yeah. I'll safely say never to that. Anyway, I'm going to get myself some dinner. It is midnight here, so it's perfect time for some dinner. With no beans, no bread, no pita, no fajita, no fun. Anyway, see y'all in the next video. Bye now.